We all love SUVs because of their spaciousness, comfort, and luxurious amenities, which make them perfect for road adventures, especially with family. We also adore their impeccable safety features, driver assistance technologies, unquestionable off-road capability, and unmatched torque capacity. The secret, however, to getting the most out of an SUV is to pick the make carefully, and that's where Japanese automaker Mazda comes in. Mazda SUVs tick all the boxes, and you want at least one of these SUVs in your garage or parking lot. Mazda SUVs redefine elegance, and their design exemplifies true art. The manufacturer pays attention to details and does not relent in pursuing perfection. The SUVs mostly employ Kodo design, which creates an emotional connection between them and the driver. They observe Mazda's philosophy of less is more, where the manufacturer eliminates unnecessary specs to improve cabin space and breathe life into it, making it as user-friendly and vibrant as possible. There is meticulous attention to interior details to create the emotional attachment between the driver and the car. As good as the current models are, we expect upcoming models to become better in 2026. Just imagine the Mazda CX-5 becoming fancier or the Mazda CX-90 being more capable than it currently is. Imagine Mazda offering you more powertrain options on its SUV lineup, including hybrid, plug-in hybrid, and electric powertrain. Well, it just doesn't get better than a Mazda. Without further ado, let us explore 5 Mazda sports utility vehicles that will dominate in 2026. Here we go. Number 1. 2026 Mazda CX-5. Today, most people think of the Mazda CX-5 whenever Mazda SUV is named, and it's not surprising why. After all, there is no better rival to the likes of Honda CR-V, Hyundai Tucson, Volkswagen Tiguan, and Ford Bronco Sport in the compact SUV category than Mazda CX-5 in terms of capability, technology, and performance. The current model, which is running on a second generation that came out in 2017, is undeniably a great SUV if you consider how elegantly designed and equipped it is. However, we expect Mazda to move on from the second generation and usher in a third generation of CX-5, which according to rumors is likely to happen in 2026. Overall, a new generation means several design and technological changes. Let's briefly talk about these changes. Exteriorly, we expect the 2026 Mazda CX-5 to arrive with a bigger, square-looking grille, sleeker headlights, and a slightly more upright front fascia. We also expect the 2026 model to appear bigger and longer thanks to a slight improvement in its wheelbase dimensions. The rear end should feature updated taillights, a smaller rear spoiler, and a redesigned dual exhaust system. From what we can tell, Mazda wants to make the 2026 CX-5 look more like the current CX-90 and CX-70, though we don't expect it to match their sizes. Interiorly, we don't expect many interior changes, but the few will make a difference. For one, we expect the 2026 Mazda CX-5 to feature larger displays. The current model only features a 10.25-inch infotainment touch display and a standard 4.6-inch multi-information display. We expect both displays to get bigger in 2026. However, those are not the only interior changes we expect from the Mazda 2026 CX-5. We expect Mazda also to change the steering column, which should be more telescopic, and the seats, which should feature more premium upholstery across the various trims. Still, regarding the seats, we expect Mazda to continue making the CX-5 a 5-seat SUV. The driver's seat will enjoy 6 to 8-way power adjustability and the convenience of lumbar support. Meanwhile, the front passenger seat should also have at least the advantage of a 6-way manual or power adjustability. We expect all seats to be leather upholstered, as should the gear selector. Concerning the engine, while Mazda has not confirmed this yet, rumors have it that the next generation Mazda CX-5, the 2026 edition, will feature an all-hybrid powertrain. The current model only features 2 powertrain options, That is, a 4-cylinder 189 horsepower engine on lower trims and an upgraded turbo 227 or 256 horsepower engine on higher trims. Suppose Mazda decides to go all hybrid across the 2026 CX-5 lineup. In that case, we can't expect the lineup to match the current model's horsepower. However, we don't expect it to fall too far behind. On a positive note, an all-hybrid lineup means fewer emissions, fuel efficiency, and lower fuel costs. Hybrid cars also require less maintenance and perform better than their non-hybrid siblings. We anticipate the same from the next-generation Mazda CX-5. We don't expect changes in its tow capacity, so we anticipate the 2026 CX-5 to match the current model's 2,000 pound capacity. We also expect Mazda to maintain its fantastic driver assistance safety suite, which is characterized by standard features such as pre-collision safety, blind spot monitoring, lane departure warning, rear cross traffic alert, tire pressure monitoring, and emergency braking assist. Equally, we expect Mazda to continue offering its in-car entertainment options such as Android Auto and Apple CarPlay integration, a multi-speaker audio system, and an AM/FM stereo that integrates the multimedia display I mentioned earlier. Wait a minute, I know you're enjoying this video. What about you give me a thumbs up by liking it, then subscribing and hitting that notification bell for the latest epic videos. Let's continue. Number 2. 2026 Mazda CX-70. As we wait to see the Mazda CX-5 take over the compact SUV sector in 2026, its CX-70 sibling will try to topple the likes of Kia Telluride, Toyota Land Cruiser, Ford Bronco, and Toyota Grand Highlander in the mid-size SUV market. Frankly, it's hard to bet against the Mazda CX-70 doing that, considering how impressive the SUV has recently been. Unlike the 2026 Mazda CX-5, we don't expect a new generation for the CX-70 in 2026. So yes, we expect it to be a carryover model. But even so, there is just a lot to be excited about it. For instance, we expect some slight aesthetic changes that will give the 2026 CX-70 a slightly more upscale and sporty look, characterized by a larger oval grille, a rounder front fascia, triangular-shaped headlights, and a minimalist rear bumper. We don't expect any interior changes, so it should resemble the current model. The 2024 CX-70 has a premium-looking interior highlighted by a classy-tiered dashboard, slicker physical controls, and a bigger central display nested into the SUV's dash. We expect the same for the 2026 Mazda CX-70. We also expect the two editions to feature the same car tech, which includes a 12.3-inch multimedia touch display, a 7-inch digital instrument cluster, a wireless charging pad, and an 8-speaker audio system. However, we expect higher trims to feature an optional 12-speaker Bose system, a 12.3-inch digital instrument panel, and a heads-up display. Regarding the powertrain, we don't expect any changes from the current model because the generation remains unchanged. The base trim should carry over a standard 3.3-litre 6-cylinder turbocharged engine with an output of 280 horsepower and a torque of 369 pound-feet. The 2026 Mazda CX-70 will also be available as a plug-in hybrid, comprising of a 2.5-litre 4-cylinder engine and a powerful motor. The plug-in hybrid powertrain should deliver a maximum of 323 horsepower and a torque of 369 pound-feet. All models will offer an impressive all-wheel drive setup and an 8-speed automatic transmission system. Number 3. 2026 Mazda AA. For a long time, Mazda has wanted to produce an electric SUV that can dominate, and that just happened recently. The Japanese automaker unveiled the Mazda AA concept at Auto China 2024 alongside the Mazda E26 luxury electric sedan. According to Mazda, the AA should go into production in 2025. So, we will likely see its first edition in 2026. But what makes this SUV unique? Well, for starters, We like that it's an electrified SUV, which will mean lower maintenance and fuel costs, reduced emissions, and quieter running. However, that's not the only thing that makes the 2026 Mazda Arata a must-buy. Its handsome appearance, epitomized by a blanked-off grille, sleeker headlights, and a vast slanted D-pillar, make it stand out wherever you drive it or park it. Mazda Arata also embodies Mazda's co-design language, where the electric SUV is intrinsically connected to its driver. Unlike most SUVs, it's pretty aerodynamic, which makes it faster. With that in mind, seeing the Mazda Arata hit the market in 2026 will be a joy. Number 4. 2026 Mazda CX-80. The Mazda CX-80 is Mazda's first three-row sports utility vehicle for the European market. Since it's one of the most recent additions, we expect it to continue until 2026. This model currently offers two hybrid powertrain options, and we expect the same for the 2026 edition. The powertrains include an eSky Active plug-in hybrid system featuring a 2.5-litre 4-cylinder gasoline engine and a more powerful eSky Active D powertrain comprising of a 3.3-litre inline 6-cylinder diesel engine with M hybrid boost. Both powertrains promise an unmatched joy of driving while guaranteeing the best environmental performance. Like the current CX-80, we expect the 2026 Mazda CX-80 to feature the best driver assistance and safety features, including cruising and traffic support, which protects the driver from crashing due to careless driving or sudden illness. Of course, Mazda employs its soulful Jin by Tai philosophy for a more human-centric driving experience. Number 5. 2026 Mazda CX-90. Following the discontinuation of the Mazda CX-9 crossover in 2023, Mazda's focus has shifted to the new Mazda CX-90, its largest and grandest SUV. It's the only Mazda SUV that can rival the Toyota Grand Highlander and the Toyota Land Cruiser in size, elegance, and amenities. Since this 8-passenger crossover was recently launched, we expect it to continue into 2025, 2026, and beyond. We also expect the 2026 edition to be a first-generation model which should resemble the current edition. It should feature a 3-litre inline 6 turbocharged engine augmented by a powerful 48-voltage hybrid system. The powertrain will produce 280 to 340 horsepower depending on the trim, which will be impressive. We also expect it to employ Mazda's new Active Sense driver assistance technology, which includes blind spot monitoring, automated emergency brakes, pedestrian detection, and more. There you have it. Those are the 5 Mazda SUV models we expect to hit the market in 2026 and take over it. Here is another video on Mazda 5 future car models you'll enjoy watching. See you there.